Hello, I am David Rowland, the Director of the Centre for Health and the Public Interest. We're an independent research think tank which looks at the privatisation of the NHS and social care. We do not receive any funding from government or from the corporate sector, and as a result of that, it can sometimes be quite difficult to raise funds in order to keep on going. We're asking you now to help us ensure that the research that we've been doing into the privatisation of NHS eye care services has maximum impact. We've been looking into the outsourcing of NHS eye care services over the course of the last 12 months. And there are three things that we found which we really do think that people need to be aware of. The first is the scale and the speed of the outsourcing of NHS eye care services to for-profit private companies. The second is the amount of money which is leaking out of the NHS and into the profits of these private companies. And the third is the impact that this outsourcing of NHS eye care to for-profit companies having on the NHS itself. We've nearly completed this research, but we need your help to ensure that we get these very important research findings out there so that members of the public and those working in the NHS know what is going on. So with the money that we raised through this crowdfunding initiative, we want to do three things. First, we want to produce an accessible report. Second, we want to do something different and produce a video explainer so that the messages and the findings from this research can be disseminated widely across social media. And third, we want to hold a webinar with experts to discuss the research findings. Anybody who contributes to the crowdfunding initiative will be invited to join that webinar so that they too can hear more about the outcomes of the research. Over the past year, we've shown that our research can have impact. For example, our research into the private finance initiative in the NHS was covered exclusively on BBC Newsnight. Before that, our research into the finances of the care home industry during the pandemic was covered on the BBC News. We undertake all the work that we do in order to inform people about what's going on in the NHS and social care with the intention of protecting and promoting the founding principles of the NHS. I really do hope that you're able to contribute, and thank you very much for all your support.